A very, very good morning to everyone this morning. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options and the morning market preparation video for August 2nd, 2017. Well, my goodness, we have had some impressive moves in the market and they have held up extremely well. Much better than anyone I think would have thought, certainly better than I would have thought to see the diamonds gapping and gapping away from the rest of the market, gapping up and holding those gaps 2 days in a row. Pretty darn impressive strength. And this morning, on the back of the Apple earnings last night that kind of blew things out of the water, we could actually see a new record high print this morning. So more push, more bulls stepping in, more energy tied to this market, and this has really been an impressive quarter for earnings. They continue to roll in very strongly and fueling this market higher. So looks like we'll have another gap up open today, and we will have to wait and see how buyers step up to that. Now, like always, when I get a gap up open, the first thing I'm going to do is really focus in on the price action. I want to make sure that it's not just a professional gap, where they pump it up and then dump it out. What I want to see is early on, within the first 20, 30 minutes of the market, I want to see actual buyers stepping in here supporting these prices. And as long as that occurs, I'm comfortable to continue staying long with the market. We are trending beautifully. We are in the diamonds getting a little bit parabolic, a little bit stretched. If we put a 50-day moving average on here, price is a long ways away from that 50-day moving average. We're bound to return. We're bound to come back. Not to say that we're going to fall, but we're bound to stop and rest and let everything catch up. So watch the prices carefully, and if those turns begin to happen, if you see evidence of sellers and profit taking starting to come in, make sure you're protecting those profits, that you're locking in those gains. One of the things that always was a stumbling point for me for years and years and years is allowing greed to prevent me from taking gains. We all, when our stocks are going up, we all want them to go up more. We all want more money. We want them higher. We want more. But when we get involved in that process and allow greed to prevent us from taking a profit, we only damage ourselves. I personally love to sell stocks into strength, and that means sell them while they're still going up. Because I get better results that way. I can prove better results that way if you sell into strength. So as you watch this market, if you feel that pressure, that the market is about ready to start coming over, rolling over, you see evidence of sellers, profit taking coming in, don't ever think, well, I got to sell this now because, or excuse me, I can't sell this now because I'm sure eventually it's going to go higher. For the price of a commission, you're letting profits drift away. Commissions are cheap. Spend the commission again. It's just as easy to get back in the second time as it was the first. Don't let those profits go away. Okay, let's take a look at the SPY. SPY, oh, sorry, I got a little delay here in my chart. SPY, IWM, and the Qs were not as impressed yesterday, but they did hold up quite well. Here we have the Qs holding up pretty well, rallying toward the end of the day, or toward the end of the session yesterday, and holding up really well. Now this morning we're looking at opening about where it closed. We're not getting a big follow through in the futures on the SPY today, based on Apple earnings. Apple isn't going to affect the SPY as much as the other indexes, and so it's going to be a little bit muted at the open this morning, and we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that. If we take a look at IWM, now IWM just really wasn't all that impressed yesterday. Continued to hold underneath this resistance area, but it did also continue to hold on to trend. Slipped through it a couple times yesterday, but managed to bring it back up there and hold onto that trend. Now this morning, IWM is actually looking to open slightly lower. So IWM still really not wanting to participate in the overall market and what's going on. It's more about the larger cap stuff that's been moving. So let's take a look at the Qs. The Qs will get the biggest bang out of the Apple earnings, and you can see it this morning gapping up, okay, gapping up into strength. Now what's going to be important here is we see buyers stepping in to support that gap, stepping in to really push and keep this higher. Anything that holds above this support level right here or above this level, I think is positive. Okay, if we hold above that, if we were to reverse and fail below, then we'll have to look to these other levels in here to catch this above the trend. But we want to see that hold above, participate in this rally with the diamonds, and help the market stay up. Let's see. On the let's take a real quick look. The VIX did pull back a little bit yesterday, but it's still holding above these lows. So I think there is a little tiny bit of concern that we've stretched ourselves out so far that eventually soon we're going to see some kind of profit taking, and it could be nothing more than a little bit of profit taking and a little bit of a sideways move in the market. It doesn't mean it has to fall, but I think there's a little bit of concern maybe building in that we might be overstretched, and we could see some profits coming out of that market here before too long. Okay, let's take a quick look at the economic calendar this morning. The economic calendar has only a couple things of major importance today on it. We've got the ADP report, and I'll be honest with you, ADP report starting to lose its ground in the market. ADP has missed the mark several times here recently. I mean, considerably missed the mark. And so ADP is going to be, if that continues, if they don't change their metric or get that back on track, ADP is not going to be very heavily focused on as kind of the precursor number for the employment situation number on Friday. Okay, so that's at 8:15, and then we've got the petroleum status report, and this, of course, is a very important number for the market. Petroleum supplies have been in decline, and we kind of need them to stay declining. We've got tremendous supplies, and we need to support those oil prices a little bit. If we have a surprise build in supply, we could actually see that harm the market and create some selling. So we want to see those petroleum numbers continue to show supply declines, demand increasing for the time being to support current oil prices. And then later today, 11 and then 1 at 3:30, we have some Fed speakers speaking today. And it's always wise to pay attention when they're out there talking, because if one of them happens to have loose lips on something, it will move the market. Today, over 400 companies reporting earnings on the economic calendar. So anytime we have numbers like that, we have to recognize the fact or the potential of additional or higher volatility could occur. So just know that tons of earnings reports coming out. Make sure you're prepared for those for any companies that you hold. Also, Also, if you take a look at tomorrow, we have over 500 companies reporting tomorrow, and that's going to be a huge day on that economic calendar. So pay attention closely as we move along here. Everyone, hey, if this is the first time, you've seen this. I put this information out every day. I don't do it out of the kindness of my heart necessarily. I do this because this is part of my daily preparation for the market. I don't believe in luck. I believe in being prepared. If you'd like to receive this information every day, do me a favor and click that subscribe button on YouTube. And if you happen to be watching this on Facebook, click that follow me button. Also, please feel free to click that like button and comment button. That also helps me as well. Everyone have a great day. I wish you all tremendous success. I wish you all great profits. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.